G'day everyone, Deniz Yusuf here, and I'm with Darren Hunter, and we are here with the Top Growth Podcast Show. And oh my goodness, Darren, we're going to be having a discussion around a bit of a recap of conversations that I've been having with business owners, not only from Australia, New Zealand, USA, but also the UK, on how rent rolls have been going backwards, Darren.
I have. I mean, Dennis, we've noticed since COVID hit, there was a sort of a flurry around growth, but then things got tight, and we noticed just a lack of noise. There was a lack. Everything just went quiet. People weren't inquiring on and training and all of those. And what we recognized, what was happening is all of these rent rolls are going backwards everywhere. Their growth is being exceeded by their property loss, with property sales, owners moving back in, but primarily property sales have really smashed a lot of rent rolls. And we've seen so many businesses, Dennis, as you said, going backwards. They were at 350 2 years ago. Now they're at 280. They were at 1,200 properties. Now they're at 900. And that's such a common story.
Darren, I was actually having a conversation with an agency in the UK, one of our Teams by Design clients. They had 1,300 properties, and they're now down to 1,000, just
Wow.
over 1,000. It was like a 27% loss, right?
Yeah.
And it's not because of mismanagement. It's not because of bad management, lack of communication, whatever. It's people are selling. They're tired of all these legislations coming into place. They're just like, you know what? I'm going to put my money somewhere else. I'm going to enjoy life. You mentioned COVID. It's almost like it's so funny, Darren, because we're doing these lead magnet conversations with business owners where we're doing, the leads. We're generating leads for clients, and they're saying, "Oh, in our area, this is happening," and I'm like, "No." COVID actually calls a global reset. It's in every country. It's the same pattern. People are just tired. It's too difficult to manage properties, look after properties, and they're selling, right? It's an interesting thing. So I'm seeing upwards of, I'd like to say 25%, even though I gave an example of more, but on average, I'm seeing upwards of 20%,
Mm,
right?
mm.
That people are
Yeah.
losing. And,
And so,
they're not growing. Even
but
with
and
BDMs, they're still going backwards.
so let's just talk about that. Why that's happening? Because up till now, they've had a staple diet. These offices, the rent rolls have had a staple diet. They've got leads coming in, qualified leads of property investors that have just bought a property. So they've been handed to the rent roll and been signing them up, and they've always relied on that. Okay, or they're getting referral leads, and referral leads are coming in warm, or they're coming in from online, usually cold. But when we're waiting around reactively for those things, then if that supply completely dries up or becomes very limited, then this is what's happening. And Dennis, I even remember there was a big rent roll that we were fee maximization coaching that we said, you need coaching with your BDMs. You need rent roll growth coaching. They decided, no, we're just going to focus on the fee maximization, which is fine. But over a 4-year period, they lost 18% of their properties through property sales and things like that. And they're a lot smaller now. Now, and this is a lot of agencies are ignoring other ways to grow the rent roll than just waiting for these leads, for the phone to ring, waiting for the salesperson to drop a lead on your desk, and waiting for those very precious and very wanted but very limited referral leads. And so, Dennis, did you want to? I think everyone, what we've done is that we've identified there are other ways to generate leads out there that are as good as referral leads, which means when they call you, they already know you. The trust is already in place, which means they're not going to argue on your fees. And if they do pop the question, but the other agent is cheaper, that's just them in negotiation mode. It's very easy to say, look, I'm sorry, but we offer a great service and our fees are very, very reasonable, our fees are fixed or something like that, they've already determined they want you. They're going to sign up anyway.
Yeah, Darren, there's two types of referrals, right? Like there's some good referrals and bad referrals, and what I mean by that, you know, when your brother rings you up, or your uncle, or your cousin, or your best friend says, "Hey, I've got a property," they're the ones you don't want to just jump on, because they're the ones that are asking for a discount. So you've got your family and friends, your close knit network. They're pretty good, but they're very minimal. They are very minimal. Or you've got your business network, which are the far more trusting. They see value in you. Friends, they want the family discount, right? The two types of referrals, family and friends, but you want to focus on the business networking, their strategic alliances. And they're the ones that get drawn to you because they see the value in you, not just because you're related. So, the key is, and Darren, it's in my book. I talk about the idea is about attracting, being the attraction agent, but you've got to get out there and you've got to prospect, and you've got to prospect the right way so you can be that attraction agent. And it's not just about attracting potential landlords, it's about attracting strategic alliances to want to work with you. And I do cover that. There's a step-by-step process in here.
Well, let's talk about it. So everyone out there, look, I don't think you've got the luxury anymore just to wait around for those limited referral leads, those limited sales leads, all of that stuff, because you're going to continue to go backwards. So what are you going to do if you're prepared to hustle? We've put together a resource, and this is the first time, I think, Dennis, we've actually got the book to talk about in the podcast, but the Lead Machine Secrets is 28 ways to generate warm leads and attract leads to you. We don't want cold leads. We want warm leads because they're happy to pay your fees. That's what we want, okay? And look, get the book. We're actually providing it for free. If you're happy to pay postage and invest in that, just go to leadmachinesecrets.com, get your book. We've paid for the book. Just pay for postage and you can get yourself a copy. And that's really what we're going to teach from, because Dennis, it took us 18 months, I reckon, to put this together. Starting from all the videos we did with you, extract the text out of it, put it together. But it's very much a representation of Dennis's depth of expertise. It's very impressive. And there's 28 ways to get warm leads. But this is not a book promotion. So Dennis, grab the book. Right now, let's give some value. Right now, we've got it. People have joined the podcast because they want value. They don't just want to get fluff. There's a lot of people out there that just give fluff. Let's give some value. So question to you is that right now, what are the top 3 ways to grow your rent roll that will give the fastest return? What's your pick?
Okay, so definitely I'd be working with my referral network, right? It'd be your strategic alliances. I'd be focusing on that. And there's different ways of doing that. Like, yes, you've got your family and friends, and we already know, right? It's so interesting because they're normally the first ones you tell when you've got a new job. Hey, I'm in real estate, I'm doing this, like, I want your management, like, help me, support me, right? And they will, but because they don't know who you are as a real estate agent, there's that expected discount, family, whatever, right? So, but I'd be working on my referral network, which is my strategic alliances. And there's, again, Darren, I think we could really dig in deep and do another podcast and just focus on it. But you've asked me for 3.
Yeah, correct. And we will dig in, with that. But
and give
just
some
for everyone,
coaching on that,
Well,
so
that strategy. Yeah, it's strategy. That's strategy number 12 in our book. It's actually on page 128. And that strategy aligns. So what we did a lot of work on this book to make it really clear, step by step, that if you're prepared to put in the work. Now, that particular strategy, Dennis, has 5 very clear steps. And you've also added scripts. So we've got 2 scripts and proof of results with 2 people actually, Dennis, with Emily Gordon and with Kelly Smythe that have actually put this into place. So you can see the results that they've got as well. We're just making it really easy for you. This is not complete done for you, but if you're willing to put in the hustle and put in the effort, we've given you the roadmap. All you have to do is follow it. All right. Anyway, Dennis, what's our next one?
Well, the next one is your online presence. I mean, this can be broken down into so many different ways. Your online presence, Darren, this is in a few different strategies in the book. Like, you've got your Google online presence. You want to know what your customer or your client experience is prior to them even using you. So it's your Google My Business profile, it's your Google reviews, it's your online presence, and that's your social media, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your TikToks, anything online. That's where it is. And again, we can break each individual point up there, Darren, because when you're getting a referral, right? If someone's referring business to you, they're going to your socials. They get their own based opinion of you. So that's why that is a very important one.
All right. So page 115, everyone, which is strategy number 10. So one of the things Dennis just talked about in that with your online profile is reviews. So for example, that was strategy 10. Also, I do know Google My Profile is strategy 28. That's the last one. Okay. Yep. So well done, Dennis. And you talked about Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. There's strategies also, which are done separately. TikTok, there's another 4. So there's 6 strategies out of the 28 already in the book that you can get. Each one has step by step. So the online reviews has step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Also with that's got 1, 2, 3 scripts, also a power tip as well, and for you guys to use right away. So I'm not going to bore you going to the other strategies there, but it's all laid out. All you've just got to do is follow it. All right, we made it so simple.
You've got to go to strategy 23 as well, which is educational videos, which is in line with all of those strategies as well.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because the whole world's gone online now. So we've put a lot of emphasis into that. And what's more important is understanding how to get views, but how to turn the views into leads. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, who cares about views, right? It's just vanity. We want business. We want money in the bank. And so that's what this book is going to teach you as well. So, not bad for a free book, Dennis. Now, strategy number 3.
Strategy number 3, you ready for it? This is your current client. So they already trust you, they already like you, and they love you because they're using you. So one of the key things that I always tell a brand new BDM, and I did this to somebody yesterday. They said, Dennis, I've just been employed as a BDM. What do I do? And I said, you know what? You do need to learn your current business that you're working with, their systems. You need to know why they're advertising the way they are, how they do routines, market, etc. But while you're learning that, I want you to call your current clients, right? Turn them into the raving fans. So many times, Darren, I get, people, a BDM ring me back and they say, but Dennis, the property managers don't want me calling our clients. Why don't they want you calling the clients? Because there's potentially an issue, right? So better off finding out the issue, versus the latter of them leaving. But ultimately, the key about calling your current clients is they're only getting phone calls when there's anxiety, when there's something that's happened. So this is a good reason call. So how many points have I got in that strategy, Darren?
Well, you've done well. Everyone's strategy number 8, which is generating more leads with existing clients. It's on page 102. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 steps in the easy steps, and of course scripts and what to say when you pick up the phone. What are you going to say to these landlords when you call them? We've got that there, but also understanding when to call them. When's the right time to make a happy call where you can have that conversation, then pop the question. We had an agency, Dennis, that used this exact training in New Zealand. You taught them what they need to do, which is exactly what's in the book. They then went and called their 450 owners. Out of those phone calls, they identified 220 properties they were not managing, and then using the strategy we've got in the book to bring them over, the next 12 months they signed up 80 properties. So guys, just out of those strategies that Dennis has just given you alone, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads there. Okay, if you're willing to put in the hustle. All right, because these are generating warm leads that are going to get attracted to you, which means they're happy to pay your fee. And if they want to do a light hustle around a fee objection, it's really easy to overcome. All right, you just understand that they're simply trying it for negotiation's sake.
Yeah, totally.
So it's a bluff. It's a bluff.
I do believe that if people were to focus just on those 3, even though, like I've said, 3 different strategies, but it does involve other strategies entwined with it, if they were to focus on those key areas, they won't see backwards growth. They won't see a decline in their growth, backwards growth. That doesn't make sense. That will get a positive outcome. If you've got 100 properties, you lose 20, you should be gaining. I mean, each strategy that we've shared there, personally, I would have listed out of those three, I would have easily listed 100 properties just on those three strategies. But, agencies that we're training, they are listing multiple properties. If you had 10 referral clients all referring you 2 a month, right, that's 20 leads. You should be converting at least 5 a month just from that. That's 60 properties just there, right, on one strategy alone. And again, there's network meetings with your referral partners. There's a lot more depth that you can go into it and work with, but there's no reason why your business should be going backwards, especially when there's free training. Just pay for the shipping, right? Pay for the shipping. It's all you got to do. We have paid for the book. You just have to pay for it to get shipped to you. If I meet you in person, you can have this book, right? Come and take it out of my hands.
Anyway, so leadmachines.com, that's where you can get the book. Now, Deniz, if people want to speak to you, book into your diary, where are they going to go?
growmyrentroll.com. And you know what? Right in there that you listen to the podcast. So we know which one you listen to, and I know what you want to talk about. But more than happy to have a complimentary discovery call with anyone.
Yeah, and just to remind everyone, this is all part of what we teach in our masterminds as well. We've got the Top Growth Mastermind. We've also got the BDM Coach Mastermind, and we're going to be doing every 2 weeks. One-on-one week, BDM Coach next week, Top Growth next week, and so forth, with our online Zoom coaching. So if you want to be part of that, growmyrentroll.com, book into Deniz's diary to have a chat about your situation and getting some results. All right. If you're still listening to this, you still haven't done anything. Deniz, we spoke to someone today. They sent people along to our training. We said the boss really needs to be there. They came back with the best training in the world, but busy and distraction got priority. And so they need accountability. If you feel that you need to add accountability and community into your growth results, book into growmyrentroll.com with Deniz and have a chat. So everyone, that's a short podcast episode today for the Top Growth podcast show. We look forward to seeing you in the next one, where we're going to start really drilling down and getting real meaty into the strategies to grow your rent roll. Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.